According to a recent report from Experian Data Quality, 97% of organizations use data to power business opportunities, with 61% saying it helps them build a better relationship with their customers. But only 44% trust that data enough to use it to make important business decisions. More than half, 52%, rely on educated guesses or gut feelings to make decisions based on that data. Do you think that gathering and analyzing data about customers and potential customers is the most important thing you can do to truly know your customers? I would argue that it's important, but it's only a first tentative step. To borrow some terminology from the study of logic, data collection and analysis is a necessary but not sufficient condition to knowing your customer. Lots of people get hung up on collecting as much data as possible. And as I've said previously, there is more and more data available as more people live their lives online. And then they pour it into a big pot called big data. But how do you make sense out of what comes out of the other end? It's important to not get caught up in the whiz-bang nature of technology and forget your purpose: to develop and execute a customer-centered strategy that will drive your business by making your customers happy. So, data analysis is critical, but it's not the end goal. It's part of a broader process. Mylan Zeleny developed the DIKW pyramid, which stands for data at the bottom of the pyramid, information, knowledge, and at the top, wisdom. Zeleny's pyramid is constructed in a way that makes it easy for us to understand the relationships between the steps of the process. Data, given context, becomes information, which, given meaning, becomes knowledge, which, given insight, becomes wisdom. Zeleny also mapped the elements of the hierarchy to knowledge forms: know nothing, to know what, to know how, and finally, to know why. So data is the foundation of the pyramid, but you need to move from those disconnected pieces of information to information, which is data being sorted in a relevant way, to knowledge, which is information converted into something you can learn from, and finally, to wisdom. Wisdom is the most difficult of these concepts to understand. As Donald Allen wrote recently, wisdom is the vaguest of all the terms. It is there somewhat to create a pinnacle to the model, namely a single concept at the top. It also refers to an ability to synthesize, coalesce, and evaluate. If that sounds a bit hazy, I think this pithy apocryphal saying encapsulates how wisdom fits into the pyramid. Knowledge is knowing a tomato is a fruit. Wisdom is not putting it in a fruit salad. The first three steps are all about the past, while wisdom is about the future. What are you going to do with what you've learned? It's about moving from doing things right, the what, the how, and the why, to doing the right things, what is best for your customers and your business. What I like about this approach is that it fits right into the customer-centered philosophy that I've been advocating throughout this course. A product-oriented philosophy focuses on doing things as efficiently and effectively as possible, while a customer or marketing-oriented philosophy focuses on doing the right things. Over the rest of this course, we'll take you through the process of data into information, into knowledge, into wisdom. This week, we're focusing on the first step, how you turn data into information. Last week, we compared traditional methods of data collection with digital forms now available. We're going to talk about big data now. And by big data, we mean data sets, usually in digital form, that are so large or complex that traditional data processing application software is inadequate. While it creates huge opportunities, big data also creates huge challenges for businesses. Apart from requiring enormous quantities of processing power to analyze data at scale, businesses trying to do this are grappling with other challenges, like how to capture data and store it and use it in real time, as well as how to search, share, query, or update it. So, the bad news is, if you're still relying mainly on traditional static forms of data collection and analysis, you're missing out on some massive opportunities. However, the slightly encouraging news is that if you think you're finding it hard to get into the whole big data adventure, so are your competitors. We'll talk about this more in the next video.